2009 after the completion of my undergraduate work at Cal State San Bernardino. After much prayer and direction, the Lord put it on my heart to apply at Azusa Pacific. Education and God are two very important aspects in my life. I knew that being a student as APU would allow me to obtain my education while keeping God as my center focus. APU's motto of God First is one of the main reasons why I decided to embark on this journey. As a student of APU, I have had the opportunity to be a part of an amazing community and the opportunity to learn with individuals whose values are similar to mine. When enrolling into the program, it was my hope that I would learn technological resources to apply in my future classroom and learn ways in which I could be a positive impact on students with my Christian beliefs without stepping outside of any boundaries. During the course of my studies at APU, I have learned far more than I had ever expected. APU's digital teaching and learning program have had a profound impact on my future teaching strategies. Each class offers a variety of different strategies and resources to help entice student learning and productivity. The two classes in which I found most influential to me were Education 515 and 522. In Education 515, we were taught how to use podcasts as a strategy for teaching, as well as how to use it as a student activity. I was introduced to a number of websites and resources such as blogging, Jing, Dropbox, and Audacity. The professor taught us how to use these resources to create classroom websites, videos, and podcasts. Education 522 stressed the importance of meeting the needs of all students. In this class, we went over multiple intelligences and created lesson plans to meet the needs of each and every learner. This class has taught me that through well thought out lesson plans, preparation, and organization, we should be able to meet the needs of all students. It has instilled in me the desire to ensure that as an educator, I will do my very best to ensure all students are given the opportunity to be taught in the ways that they learn best. It is my goal to create a classroom environment that entices students to learn in ways that are applicable to a multitude of students, to promote educational growth with the use of creativity and technological resources, to enhance student learning through student interest and providing an environment that fosters a love for learning. APU has not only given me the resources and tools to be an effective educator in the 21st century, but also the confidence to know that I can succeed at it. This is a 3-week unit aimed at 9th to 10th grade students focusing on poetry. I chose the poetry unit because it is a topic students are not always thrilled with. It is my goal to help students obtain a better understanding and comprehension of poetry by connecting it to their own life experiences and interests. At the end of the unit, students will be able to identify and comprehend literary terms and devices in different forms of poetry, use sensory details to analyze poetry, use their knowledge of terms and devices to create poetry, and compare and contrast the works of different poets. During the course of this unit, it is my goal to meet the needs of all students. Therefore, I will use Bloom's taxonomy to implement a higher level of thinking and Gardner's multiple intelligences as a guide to meet the needs of the variety of learners. It is my belief that students learn best when they can apply the principle to their own lives or interests. Therefore, throughout the unit, it will be my goal to make connections between the lives of the students and the content being taught. Students will meet the content standards of reading, writing, listening, and speaking, oral language conventions, and literary analysis. They will also meet the needs of the ISTE technological standards. These standards are the foundation for the lessons created throughout this unit with an emphasis on enhanced student learning, technology, and multiple intelligences. Through the use of PowerPoint presentation and audio devices, students will be introduced to different forms of poetry including ode, ballad, lyric, and elegy, as well as literary terms and devices including figurative language such as metaphors, similes, alliteration, and much more. Students will also be introduced to famous poets and poems, including Emily Dickinson, Langston Hughes, and Edgar Allan Poe. To enhance creativity, students will make a poetry guidebook that will allow them to take notes on definitions and examples of terms and devices that could be reflected upon throughout the unit. Students will use these reference guides to take notes during direct instruction, class discussions, and PowerPoint presentations. Each day throughout the unit, students will activate their prior knowledge of the day's topic through journal responses that promote a higher level of thinking. Each journal question will be displayed at the beginning of each class on the smartboard. The unit's first journal question will challenge students' ability to make a connection between poetry and music. It has been my experience that high school students are big on music. Therefore, students are provided with multiple resources that allow them to connect music to poetry. Using the class iPod deck, students will be introduced to a genre of different music clips whose lyrics exemplify examples of devices used in poetry. Using a poem created by the students over the course of the unit, students will have the opportunity to create a song using Audacity. Students will be given an opportunity to work in groups on assignments such as WebQuest and role-playing that will help aid in effective collaboration and communication skills. Through the use of Wikispace and nightly blog response on the class website, it would allow students to participate in online communication. Video clips of movies such as Dangerous Minds and Dead Poets Society will be used to allow students to learn in a different aspect while grabbing their attention and linking it to the outside world. These videos will aid in the comprehension of the analysis and comparison of different poems and poets, as well as allow them to view ways in which their thinking can be challenged in order to create their own poems. Throughout the unit, students will create poems on different topics, including oneself, nature, and much more. These will display their understanding of devices and forms of poetry, as well as meet different multiple intelligences. At the end of the unit, students will display their work in a poetry notebook and choose a poem to read or record using Audacity. Students will participate in a poetry reading night taking place in class. Students will once again challenge their creative side by creating aesthetic effects to enhance the mood and tone of the poem. In addition to these activities, students will partake in a number of content standard-based assignments including graphic organizers, quizzes, tests, and more to enhance their ability to learn and comprehend poetry in all its aspects. The rubric here grades student writing prompts, online blogs, created poems, analysis of poems, and group work. It is my hope and goal that by creating lesson plans that bring student interest into the classroom, it will perhaps enhance student attentiveness, productivity, and comprehension.
The one no one else can find, the one that I wear in all my pictures, the one that feels so fine, my thrift-store t-shirt. I wanna sleep in you tonight. I don't care who found you first, and I don't care how you were worn, 'cause I got you on my back now, and from my body you won't be torn. You're my thrift-store t-shirt, the one no one else can find, the one that I wear in all my pictures, the one that feels so fine, my thrift-store t-shirt. I wanna sleep in you tonight.